Are you ready?
Take 3 Wrestling Podcast for the first time in 2026. We are live, baby, live on the night number 1 of the College Football Invitational. That's right, I said Invitational.
Yes.
We are here to talk all things professional wrestling. Big week of the week that was. New Year's Eve was Tuesday night. The end of the in-ring career of New Japan President Hiroshi Tanahashi took place earlier this week over there in the Tokyo Dome. And then they got a new champion who hates AEW like a lot of people.
Interesting.
Shout out to you, Yoda Tsuji.
Interesting.
Yeah, he made some comments before facing then champion Konosuke Takeshita of All Elite Wrestling that like he wants to die on the sword rather than lose to anyone that works for AEW.
Good for him.
And some people were like, "Oh, that's just character." Very high-profiled reporters came out and were like, "No, that's just him, dog." So, I mean, yeah. Shout out to Yoda Tsuji, the new IWGP champion. Probably talk about him here in a little bit. But we weren't here last week. Some things occurred. I worked way too late on New Year's Eve.
Okay.
I didn't get out of the building until almost 3:30. I was supposed to be off at 2:00.
Ooh.
That sucked. And then on top of it, I also kind of got jammed up at work, having to close for some people who called out. So when you compound all those things together, that didn't do me any favors. Big Jim was fighting a 3-round title fight with a migraine.
Dude, I've been fighting a 18-round fucking lifetime battle with myself. November, I have a sciatica attack that almost put me out. Then I have the headache last week. Now this week I have fucking gout in my foot. I fucking hate it. I turned 40 and I'm literally falling apart.
When do you get your dentures?
Good Lord, at this rate, probably in 2 weeks.
Your AARP card.
Holy hell.
Yeah, Sonny, get off my lawn.
Dude, it's unbelievable. I've heard of gout.
Mm-hmm.
And I never actually thought it was a thing that like people under the age of 65 got. Apparently it happens to a lot of people that I know. And yeah, it's fucking awful. Like I've today is the most motion I've been able to make with like my big toe on my left foot. And it's about like 3/4 of an inch either way is the most I can fucking move it. It's the most I've been able to move it in a week.
So to me, gout sounds like non-athletic turf toe.
So the funny thing is, dude, I thought I had a turf toe. Like when I started like reading like the symptoms and shit, but I'm like, there was no bruising in my foot. So I was like, but yeah, like, I mean, it's a correction of it's uric acid, I believe. And it basically collects like at a joint. So like in this case, it's like on where the big toe, the bone at the base of the big toe, it basically collects there.
Ugh.
Dude, it hurts so goddamn bad. So basically, yeah, I'm on medicine. Prednisone is a wonderful thing. It was wonderful for my back. It's wonderful for the gout. So I'm going to be on that for about the next week. I've been drinking a shitload of water because I know I haven't drunk enough water
Mm-hmm.
in recent weeks. It's cold here in PA. I just don't think about drinking water when it's cold because I don't feel like I get thirsty. So I'm
Yeah.
probably a bit like dehydrated. I ate a little bit different around the holidays. So it's probably just a compounding of a lot of different things. As Joe hops in, but yeah, it's probably just a compounding of a lot of different things. But yeah, literally, like I trying to avoid standing up and walking for the past week has sucked. And like the really shitty thing, like, I don't have a big house, but I work in my basement, and our only bathroom is upstairs.
Mm.
So like combine not wanting to move with drinking a ton of water to try and flush the acid through my body and out of my body to I have to get up and fucking walk my ass upstairs to piss multiple times a day. What happened?
Touchdown, Ole Miss.
Nice. Dude, I hate the SEC, but I just want Miami to go away. I just want them to go away at this point.
I'm probably gonna lose my under now because I don't think we're gonna get there. But
Yeah,
unless Miami doesn't tie the game,
I just want Miami to be done.
the U is back, baby.
Like it's the crappy thing is like I don't necessarily have a reason to hate Miami this year, just except for the fact like they've been a long time kind of rival of Notre Dame. But like my issue was never Miami.
It was the committee.
Is the committee set in Alabama, like
Oklahoma.
well, yeah, Jesus, Oklahoma. But like the sad thing is, like the SEC could end up winning the national title, and then all of the SEC honks are just gonna be like, "Look how good we are."
The only reason why I would ever root for them now is to fuck Lane Kiffin, but I do believe the winner of tomorrow's game wins the national title.
No, I think tomorrow's winner does as well. Right, like it would be funny for them to like shove it up Lane Kiffin's ass,
especially because in his press conference he's like, I think LSU gives me a better chance to win the national title. Not so fast, my friend.
Right, exactly. How'd that work out for the last guy that took the LSU job? How many national championships has he played in since then?
Yeah, they invited him into the family.
Jeez. But anyway, hi Joe.
Hey.
Have you ever
What's
had
up?
gout, Joe?
What is that, like a French dish?
Yes, it's a French dish.
Yeah, grout.
Yeah, grout.
No, I'm not really into French food. I'm more of
Okay.
a pizza kind of guy.
Oh, I love pizza.
I thought you meant French men.
Oh, no, they're uncut usually. So like no Rene Dupree for me.
Uncut gems.
No.
Wow, that went
really
that
left,
went
didn't
so
it?
much different than I thought it was going to when I asked if Joe ever had gout.
I have not. I have done brilliant things to myself, like run further than I should have and strained like my leg, which I've been dealing with for the last couple of days. Hasn't stopped me from still working out because I'm a moron, but it has stopped me from sitting on one side of my body because that really hurts when I lean on it. But otherwise, doing
Yes.
right.
0 out of 10. Do not recommend.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna try to avoid that. Is that the one? It's like a flare up,
Yeah.
like food based. Is that it, or is it just like
It can there can be a variety of factors, food based,
okay?
hydration, different things, but yeah, it's a flare up thing, and I had a flare up. It first started like a week ago.
It's
Oh
a flare up
God!
in the. It's a flare up in the foot.
Yeah,
Right.
it can be in a couple different joints. It can be in your hand. I think it can also be in your knee, but foot is the most common. And that's where it got me. Good old left foot. Which it's actually better to have in the left foot because I can at least still drive if I want to go somewhere. If it was in the right foot, there's absolutely no way I could have driven with it. Absolutely.
Well, and I'm pretty sure that Daniel Day-Lewis won an Oscar for my left foot, so you're in good company.
I think so.
Good company.
Oh.
All right, wait. Real question.
Yes.
And it's up to you guys if you want to, how you want to answer this. I'm personally going to answer it with only new wrestling matches. Okay. It's only new wrestling matches that have happened so far in 2026.
Mm-hmm.
how many new wrestling matches have you watched so far in 2026?
How many matches were on Raw this week?
I think like 5.
And 5.
Okay, Mike.
I think I'm at 7.
Okay, which
I did not.
encompasses what?
I did not watch Raw, but I did watch Dynamite
Okay,
last night because I was off last night. I watched the Takeshita Suge match from Wrestle Kingdom, and I watched the Hiroshi Tanahashi retirement match against Okada.
nice.
And I didn't technically get to sit down and watch it, but I had NXT on at work, and I saw like the end of the Oba Femi match, but I didn't actually get to watch it because we were busy. But it
Right,
was
sure.
on.
Okay. I personally have seen a grand total of 2 wrestling matches so far this year, and they were the first 2 matches from Raw because for some reason it's taking me a week to watch the show. So, fun fact, the only pro wrestling I've seen so far this year has been women's wrestling matches.
That's ironic. I did see the end of the Dynamite main event. Does that count?
Yeah, why not?
All right, so there was 4 matches on Raw,
Okay.
and there was and so yeah, my original answer was correct. 5 matches.
How many matches were on Dynamite? I want to say it was 5.
5. Yep.
Okay, so 5, the 2 Wrestle Kingdom matches, and a quarter of the Oba Femi match. So yeah, 7 and a quarter.
Nice.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm just curious. I feel like I'm for this year, I want to embrace watching more wrestling. So I'm actually going to track how much wrestling I watch, like new stuff. And I'm also curious how many wrestlers I actually get to see all year. Because, like, it occurred to me last year that most of my wrestling watching was on the PLEs for the most part. It was either watching the WWE shows or ordering a couple of the AEW shows, but I was more likely to watch wrestling in those avenues than I was to watch Raw or Dynamite or whatever. And it occurred to me that at the end of the year that there were some wrestlers that I might have legitimately only seen wrestle like once for the whole year. Like if I saw more than like 3 Sheamus matches all of last year, I'd be shocked. And I'm pretty sure
I
he
don't think
had at
anybody
least
did.
like 7. Right. Well,
Right.
so I'm doing this little thing. I don't know how long I'm going to do it for. I'd like to keep it up for the whole year, but we know how those things go. But
February 1st.
I'm gonna try to keep track of whatever wrestling I watch, and I'm gonna try to watch more Raw and Dynamite. And I would watch SmackDown, but I don't get SmackDown on anything. Um, so yeah, I'm gonna try to keep track, and I'm interested to see which wrestlers I get to see a lot of, and which ones I see like twice in the year.
Well, I would say try to watch as much SmackDown as you can before February.
Why?
If we go to the show, dummy.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Yeah.
Damn. Yeah, no, I mean, and then well, I don't have a way to watch SmackDown. It's not on anything streaming.
Uh,
Right, because it's just on USA.
Yeah, which in this day and age is a weird thing.
I mean, I could probably get you something for the day after.
I mean, yeah, I could work with that. I like the roster they've got, so like I'm curious what's going on with them. Uh it's interesting, it's can we while we're talking about cable television, can we just take a moment to slap everyone over the head for thinking that MTV has gone off the air because y'all are fucking morons for not understanding a headline? Have you guys not seen this on the internet?
What are you talking about?
I mean, I know they stopped playing music videos.
So there's been a thing going around on the internet because people don't read. Basically, MTV shut down a couple of its music channels in like Ireland and the UK and
Oh,
something like at the end of last year. And people only took the headline. And so for about the last month or so, there's been a lot of RIP MTV posts all over the internet, to the point where Exhibit, famous for Pimp My Ride on MTV, posted an AI slop video with like all the old MTV personalities like crying and saying goodbye to the network as if it was like gone for good off the air forever. And it's not. It's you could if you have cable, you could turn on MTV right now. It's probably showing an episode of Ridiculousness. So no harm, no foul, no actual loss.
I felt like there'd be actually. It's what time is it right now? 11.
11-13. Are we
Oh,
in
they're definitely
catfish territory?
no. They're definitely showing Teen Mom Resurrection or something with like Farrah and all them again. Like,
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't think they've shown music on MTV in about 5 years straight, but
Yeah, no, they haven't shown music in like a decade on MTV proper.
I did hear that they the last video they played when they stopped playing music videos was "Video Killed the Radio Star."
that's appropriate.
And seeing how that was the first one,
Yeah,
I
that's
tip
fun.
the cap on that one.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I like that. I do like that. But no, MTV not actually dead. Unlike I have nothing, but MTV not actually dead.
Like Chris Benoit.
No, he actually did.
Yeah, not dead like Chris Benoit.
Or, I mean,
Real quick, MTV. Do you guys see that there is a new Jackass movie coming out this summer?
I did.
I heard about that. Yes.
I'm all in.
Hi, I'm Johnny Knoxville. Welcome to Jackass.
I will watch those old idiots string along new idiots, and as long as they be idiots. Like,
When is that coming out? Is there a chance that we get like a SummerSlam Jackass rematch with Sami Zayn and
dude, it's possible. They said summer. Let me see here. Jackass 2026.
can we get Steve-O into Saudi for Mania 43?
Coming to theaters in June, so probably not going to get a SummerSlam, but Money in the Bank's in June, right?
Ooh, where's Money in the Bank this year?
Isn't it in New Orleans, and didn't they move it to August?
You're right. It's September 6th.
Yeah.
So what's
They moved Money in the
WWE's
Bank to September?
What's their pay-per-view calendar in 2026?
I think originally it was supposed to be August.
Yeah.
When they announced it, because they moved WrestleMania back to Vegas. So I think originally that was supposed to be like the first weekend in August. And then they moved it back again.
Dude, so here's what's wild. There's this website, this SmackDown Hotel.
Oh, I love that website.
That they would usually have a pretty solid prediction on the WWE's year. So basically, the only things they have listed for 2026, and it was New Year's Evil, Saturday night's main event, January 24th, the Rumble the 31st, Elimination Chamber the 28th of February, WrestleMania, and then SummerSlam August 1st, Money in the Bank September 6th, and that's it. They don't even have anything like speculated out.
So Wikipedia, it was announced that it was supposed to be Saturday, August 29th. And then October 22nd, it was announced that it'll be held 8 days later on September 6th. So that tells me something's going on at the Smoothie King Center. Because it isn't even in the Superdome. It's at the Smoothie King Center.
How do you guys feel about a post SummerSlam Money in the Bank? I think that's weird. I don't know that I love it.
I don't hate it because it makes something important the back half of the year.
Yeah, I'm actually kind of okay with it because it'll be weird to get used to it, but like I feel like wrestling usually dies for me when football starts. So if you give me a reason to be a little bit invested, I actually kind of like it. I actually kind of dig it.
Yeah, I don't hate it. I don't hate it. I think, like you said, I think it'll take change, but I think it'll also stop all of the wrestling world from sitting here and predicting that both Money in the Bank contracts will be cashed in at SummerSlam because whoever's cashing it in needs a big moment. Like, the big moment can happen now at any point. Like, we don't have to worry about it happening at the biggest party of the summer a month after they win the contract.
Right.
I mean, to be fair, I mean, so we have Rumble, we have Chamber, we have Mania. I don't think we have anything in between Chamber and Mania. To be fair, I think they run back a bulk of what they did in 2025.
Yeah.
I think locations change. I mean, there might be a different June/July pay-per-view that was Money in the Bank. Like there may be a new that goes there.
Clash in Kazakhstan.
They already have one of those this year, sir. It's called the Royal Rumble. So if you go back and look at the 2025 WWE pay-per-view schedule, because that's an easy thing to find on the interweb. So this year alone, they had, let me get to the meat and potatoes, including the Saturday night's main event that they had. They had Saturday night's main event in January, Rumble, Elimination Chamber, Mania, Backlash in May. In May, they had a Saturday night's main event. June 7th was Worlds Collide / Money in the Bank, same night. June 28th was Night of Champions from Riyadh. Then we had a Saturday night's main event, July 12th, Evolution, July 13th, SummerSlam, August 2nd and the 3rd, Clash in Paris on August 31st, WrestlePalooza, September 20th, Crown Jewel, October 11th, November 1st was a Saturday night's main event, the 29th of November was War Games, and the 13th of December was the John Cena last match.
I'd say the things that stand out to me as like questionable if we'd see them this year from that would be, well, number one, if Money in the Bank's in September, are we not getting the second annual WrestlePalooza? Because I thought they were going to turn that into a brand, but you're already giving the month away. So
I mean,
They could move that to October.
it
Yeah,
could.
I mean, it was also at the end of September, and you're having Money in the Bank at the beginning of September. It's not like it's
True.
Yeah, you
That-
could shift it to the first Saturday in October too.
I mean, October had Crown Jewel. You're probably not going to have a show there this year at that point. You're probably
Crown
not going to.
Jewel's in Perth anyway.
Correct.
You could just
But-
do another international show somewhere.
But I don't think you're getting Night of Champions in Riyadh this year in June
No.
because you're getting the Rumble. So maybe WrestlePalooza or Night of Champions becomes the show the in that July slot where Money in the Bank was, or the end, the middle of June or whatever it was.
Could be.
But yeah, I kind of like it. And it also gives me the ability to not have to care about wrestling in the summer except for SummerSlam, which is kind of nice as well.
I feel that. Go out, touch grass.
Heck yeah. Heck yeah.
All right, so we've rambled on. We
Yes,
do have some fun topics, but while we get there, we have one play-in match for our Wrestler of the Year bracket.
Okay.
It is the former TNA Knockouts Women Champion, Ash by Elegance, taking on Penta El Cero Miedo.
Oh man. Cause I feel like Penta like really kind of came into his own on Raw, but like no titles, no big stuff. Like Ash by Elegance had title wins, so a couple surprising ones at that. Did end up retiring. Wow. As shocking as this is, I'm going to give it to Ash by Elegance.
Joseph?
I feel like you're going to agree with Jim, but I'm going to go with Penta.
Yeah, I think I am going to agree with Jim. I think the title wins. She was involved heavily in the NXT TNA stuff when that was just starting. I mean, I think she even retained the title against a couple of different NXT superstars. So that being said, it's nothing against Penta in more of like he did have a great year from the regards of getting over. And I think he would have probably have been higher in our bracket if he not gotten hurt. because I know he was probably going to be involved a lot in what was going on down at AAA that ended up being El Grande Americano because of the injury. I hate Carson Beck so goddamn much. So yeah, I'm good with Ash by Elegance here. I will tell you, Joe, because I'm still finishing the bracket, writing it out. I've already determined the bracket of death.
Okay.
For those of you that follow soccer, that's normally the group of death where it's like there's like 3 or 4 heavyweights and only 2 of them are going to advance. I'm calling this the Northeastern bracket. It is the bracket that hosts the number 2 overall seed Seth Franklin Rollins. Other participants, because I've only gotten the top 8 actually written out so far in that bracket. In that bracket is also Jade Cargill,
Okay.
Cody Rhodes, Bobby Lashley, 339 belts Monet, Io Sky, Trick Williams, and Konosuke Takeshita.
Wow.
I don't know. I don't know if there's a tougher bracket that I could put together.
That's
If you gave me the list and said, Mike, put the toughest bracket together. So we will start that on next week's show because I have to finish the bracket this weekend when I have a little bit more time to actually do it. Schedule changes and all of that have kind of killed all the extra reserve I have in the tank right now. So we talked about Ash by Elegance. We talked about how she was a former TNA champion. Let's go to Joe's topic because it is TNA centric.
yeah, heck yeah.
Yeah, they're debuting on
Wait,
AMC, right?
American Movie Channel.
Yes.
Something like that. Home of the Walking Dead and Breaking Bad, and now total nonstop action wrestling. How you guys feeling about that? It's I guess there's an argument for this could be the thing that brings TNA into a place where it competes with AEW for that number 2 spot in the pro wrestling realm here in America. Um, but it also could just be nothing because I mean I don't get AMC. So yeah. I mean, how are you guys feeling about this? Are you excited, or do you think it's going to be a whole new era for TNA, or is it just going to be same old, but they just happen to be on another channel that most of us don't get?
So I think it's great for them as a company. I anytime that there is more wrestling companies on TV, regardless of how many homes actually get this TV, it's a good thing because the biggest complaint with TNA over the last couple of years is how the fuck do I watch it? So at least here we know AMC. Now finding AMC can be another battle. I do want to highlight the 4 matches for that have been announced for next week's show. You have the Knockouts World Tag Titles, the Inspiration defending against the Elegance brand. Elijah and the Hardys taking on Order 4, which is Mustafa Ali, Jason Hodge, and John Schuyler. The X Division Championship, Leon Slater defending against Myron Reed, and Frankie Kazarian. Is what year is it? Defending the TNA World Championship against Mike Santana. But no, I think it is absolutely a good thing. And I'm actually curious, and I'm going to look it up if I even have AMC in, because I have YouTube TV. So I'm looking to see right now if I have AMC. And I do. I have AMC, so I will be able to watch TNA wrestling on AMC beginning next week. So
I
should probably
have an app. I have an app that lets me watch live television on a very slight delay of like 3 or 4 seconds that I can watch it there too because AMC's on there.
Well, there you go.
So I will also watch next week's live debut because why not?
Because why not?
So here's my question. What do they need to give you on next week's episode to get you to come back the week after?
Um, I think it's an unfair question, at least for me, because if I'm being honest, the sad thing
Okay.
is there's not really anything that they can do to get me to watch weekly because it is falling on a Thursday night, which is podcast night for me. I have not only do I have this show, I have 3CT live and a recording of 3CT. And then full disclosure, Friday nights I'm usually grocery shopping, dinner, doing something with the missus. Then we start getting into Saturday. Now for the next month ish will be the NFL playoffs. Um, so it's probably going to be a good month before I even really will watch any of TNA. Now I'm going to record next week's episode. I will try to at least review some of it, but I can guarantee, same as, and this has always kind of been my rule with any recorded wrestling show, if I don't get to it within like 24 to 48 hours, I'm not going to watch it. I'm going to end up reading spoilers or anything like that. So in reality, for me, there's probably not a lot that is going to make me tune in every week. But what I can't, what this is at least going to give me the opportunity to do is record the show as I do. Um, well, Raw's on Netflix, but I record TNA or not TNA, NXT, AEW, and SmackDown. And if there is something that I see in my social media that tells me I need to go back and check this out, I know exactly where I can find it. I go into my DVR and I can find it very easily. I don't have to go digging for it. TNA, I've had to go dig to find stuff. I don't have to do that now. So I'm more likely to be aware of what TNA's up to, and I'm also more aware to buy TNA pay-per-view from time to time throughout the year. And I think that's, for me as a 40-year-old casual TNA fan, very casual. That's what this TV deal gives for me.
Such a terrible no call. Good God. Uh, I so the issue with me watching every week is more. I don't necessarily know that there's anything that they can do to hook me because I've watched more TNA than most people probably have in general. Being off on Friday nights, I have the TNA Plus app, so like any of those Friday Night Live, like TNA Plus exclusive shows, I would watch. So like I'm not saying that they can't. I think the thing that they need to do from a wrestling perspective is put on good wrestling matches. Um, everybody, including Tony Khan, anytime he has a microphone in front of him, says um, TNA is or AEW is where the best wrestle. You want to be the second best wrestling promotion, go out there and out wrestle the promotion that you're going against. You got a pretty good main event with two guys who really worked their ass off, and Mike Santana and Frankie Kazarian. You have two really good workers in the X Division title match. The Mustafa Ali match. I mean, the good hands are good hands. And I think you're using that women's knockout tag title match to, hey, we have the inspiration from WWE, and the Elegance brand is a fairly hot act that we are trying to get over to maybe draw more people in. Um, I'm not opposed. I think they would be smart to debut some new hires that they bring in this regard. If there's a couple of free agents they may have brought in, I think this would be a great spot to put them in to help get people to come back to see what they do next week with them. Joseph?
Yeah, I can see that. I'm probably not gonna watch because, like I said, I don't get anything that AMC is on. I don't do Sling or YouTube TV or any of that stuff. I just do kind of streaming things. Same reason I don't watch SmackDown. Um, so I'm not going to be there. I love TNA. Overall, I love that TNA as a brand and as a company still exists because I was there watching, on the weekly Wednesday pay-per-views back in the day, and I've definitely have been a fan for a very long time. I've been to shows. I've seen, everyone from Bully Ray to Sting to AJ Styles to, uh, Dixie Carter and back around again at a TNA show before, So the fact that the little company that could, this company that everyone predicted was going to die every year that it pretty much existed for a long time, and it's still alive and kicking 20 something years later, like almost 30 years later, we're like 25 years or something like that. And that they're growing is exciting, Um, yeah, I don't know that I have anything else really to say about it though. Like I'm excited for them and I'm hoping that okay, here, you know what? I'll say this. Them being on regular TV, I think will give them more of an opportunity to have moments that go viral the way WWE and AEW does. Because Jim, you were describing before, like you DVR all the shows, and if something comes across your social media, you'll go back and watch it. I feel similarly. Like I'm in the process of watching Raw. I started watching it last night. For time constraints and the fact that if I sit down for more than 45 minutes, I fall asleep. I'm watching it in little bits at a time.
Right.
I know everything that happened on Raw because it happened on Monday, and I'm on social media and I've seen clips of certain things. Like I know how the main event ends. I know what goes on and what doesn't go on. So at this point, I'm watching it. I'm going back and watching it. One, because some clips have crossed my path, and I was like, oh, okay, I kind of want to see that. And also, two, because I'm just trying to make an effort to watch more. So I can see, same thing with AEW. Like, I didn't watch Dynamite last night, but I've seen Andrade's return. And I don't just mean because it's a run it back on something we did 3 months ago. I mean, like, I saw that clip from last night come across my social media, and I'm like, oh, okay, it's Andrade again. Who knew? So I I expect that there's a real chance where TNA can cash in on that kind of cachet, where they can have someone show up and debut, have something exciting happen that gets clipped and gets onto TikTok and gets onto Instagram and like actually has people like, oh man, I got to go watch this. And now they'll be able to. Now it won't be the hardest thing in the world to find, I'd love to see them get still streaming somewhere. I don't know where AMC shows tend to stream. I feel like Netflix gets a lot of like The Walking Dead and all that stuff, but usually after the fact. So I don't think we're going to see TNA on there or anything like that. But it would be cool if like there was some avenue of a Hulu or something that would have the episodes after they've aired on AMC, just to have some place for like people like me, if we want to watch it, without finding another website to go to or something. But yeah, no, I think they have a really big opportunity to get a lot of eyes and attention on them.
So apparently AMC has a streaming
They
platform.
do.
Yeah.
They do. I have actually joined that in the past. I forgot there was a show on it that I might have been like the latest interview at a vampire show
Yeah. So
that I like.
AMC Plus, apparently TNA's shows will be on that.
And so and like that's considerable. I think it's like $8 a month or something. Like it's nothing crazy. So like honestly, if they're doing shows where like by Friday morning everyone's like, "Holy shit, did you see TNA last night?" Maybe I'm gonna fork up $8 a month and watch them. It's not impossible. Um,
So it's
again,
monthly with ads is $7.
that's not bad.
That's one of the cheapest for without commercials, stream without ads is $10 a month.
That's
So
that is the cheaper. That's one of the
yeah,
cheapest ones because even like Peacock at this point is like
and the
14.
monthly premium that gets you AMC Plus, Shutter, and Sundance Now. So like I think that would and six, and it also gives you 6 live TV channels. So I
Oh,
assume you could probably even watch TNA live on that.
that's actually a pretty good deal. Shutter's a good service if you like horror movies. I've heard
There you
really
go.
good things about that one. So no, that's pretty cool. I mean, honestly, I want nothing more than on Friday to hear something that happened on TNA that makes me go, ah, damn, I gotta go download the app now. I gotta go join AMC Plus. Like, make me have to do that. TNA. Who's booking these days? Is it Scott Demore?
No, he's
Who's
gone.
got the book? Is it Delirious? Who's got the book?
I actually don't know.
Damn. All right,
I
Dixie
know it's
Carter. We're gonna call it you. Give me a reason. Give me a reason to join AMC Plus.
is it Nick Nemeth cashing in his Call Your Shot Battle
According
Royal
to
win to
Google
win the title?
AI, Delirious is the head of creative in TNA.
Wait, for real? I made that up. I was just throwing a name out there because I was like, wait, Delirious was the person. Are we serious?
That's according to since the beginning of last year.
Will they
Tommy
fire? Will
Dreamer
they fire
also
Scott Demore?
handles some talent relations.
Oh shit.
I'll double check with Tim, but with 3CT, but I
All right, cool. So next thing you know, you're going to tell me that Mike Quackenbush is involved.
Two different wrestling companies are booked by somebody named Hunter. Like that's wild.
that is wild. Yeah, Hunter Delirious Johnston. There we go. But yeah,
If we don't
it's good for them. It's good for
if,
wrestling. Like it really.
if we don't get Hollow Wicked in TNA, I riot.
You won't. He'll be busy at Power Pro Lucha.
Oh, you mean Chikara Part 2?
No, I mean Power Pro Wrestling because we can't call anything Chikara because, well, there's some ick attached to that.
Have you seen Not King of Trios? Have I sent that to you guys?
No.
Yes, you have. You're like, oh, it's literally the same thing, and I'm like, it's the same thing but different.
Like New Coke.
Mom, can we get some great value Fruity Pebbles? No, son, we have Fruity Pebbles at home.
Anyway, I think I'm good on the TNA topic. It sounds like we might all actually get a chance to watch it.
I think there are some things that they can get everyday wrestling fans attached, but it's got to start with the in-ring product. Like, if you bring the Hardys out there and they do something with the Righteous to set up a tag match that they're inevitably going to have, like, that's cool. Like, get your big acts on the screen and get people wanting to come back for next week's show.
Yeah.
Week by week, not month by month. Try to get people there as often as possible.
Yeah,
It worked for AEW.
Sorta.
Super show, Maximum Carnage,
right.
Super show. You know, I mean, Bruce Pritchard goes out on his show and goes, "We do less matches because we don't want people to forget big moments throughout the show." And people are like, "That's bullshit. You're doing it because you're cheap." No, because you can't name one thing that happened in the first match of an AEW show after you sit through 36 more of them, can you?
Nope.
Didn't think so, Scoot. All right, let's pivot. You want to do mine? Or you want to do yours?
I'll let you call it. Whatever you want to do. Mine's gonna be short, really.
All right, let's add some length to this event here. Yes, let's stretch it out a little bit. Joe's big fan of that. 2026. What do we expect to happen? And this is a evergreen topic. We touched on this a couple times last year, where I just started listing off titles, and it was who's going to take the title from the current champ. Who do you think is going to be the next champ? Well, this year for this show, because this is something I kind of want to do every month with the first show once we get past pay-per-views. What I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a title. All three of us will get it. We'll get a title belt. Tell me all the people that you think will hold that title in 2026.
Jesus Christ.
It could be what you think's going to happen. It could be a fun concept that you think could occur. Anything along those lines. I'll start just so you guys can kind of get an example of what it is. I'll start with the women's intercontinental title. Currently, the champion is Becky Lynch. She defeated Maxine Dupree, but it makes sense because Maxine just got married. She's probably going on her honeymoon. Real life stuff.
God bless that man.
Yeah. So I think we're gonna get Becky to AJ because I think AJ beats her for the title at WrestleMania. I think that's the foregone conclusion there. And then I think AJ Lee will then sometime in the middle of like May, June-ish have a short run. I have her dropping the title to a now heel Charlotte Flair.
And this is the Intercontinental title.
Yes.
You know, that reported mid-card title that was going to boost the mid-card of the WWE women's division.
Correct. You're absolutely right. Charlotte Flair beats AJ Lee. And then this is where I start the turn to what exactly Jim just mentioned. The mid-card. Charlotte Flair will lose that title to NXT call-up Sol Ruka.
Okay.
Sol Ruka will then drop that title to new member of the SmackDown roster from NXT, Lash Legend. And the final mid-card champion of the 2026 for the women's IC title will go back to Sol Ruka, and she'll be the one who closes 2026 with the women's IC title. So I have Becky to AJ, AJ to Charlotte, Charlotte to Sol, Sol to Lash, Lash back to Sol. Joe, I will give you the men's Intercontinental title, currently held by Dirty Dominic Mysterio.
Okay. I think Dom's gonna end up losing it at some point during the year, probably to Penta, maybe in Mexico. Let's add a little international saison to the whole thing. And then Penta loses it back to Dom. And then Dom loses it to somebody young and newer. Maybe Javon Evans. Maybe we get a little push for him there, like later in the year, give him a little time to build up. I could see because there's no cruiserweight title, so I could see him being in like that scene over there on Raw. And then he loses it back to Dom. I think Dominic Mysterio is gonna be a 27-time Intercontinental Champion when his career is all said and done, and I'm okay with that. It's like you know how every time what's his name on the Capitals scores a goal where now it's a record.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think Dom's just going to get to that point eventually where like every time he wins the title after, not having it for 2 months, it's like, oh, it's another record title reign for Dom Mysterio. Got it. Okay.
Respectfully.
Right?
Yes. Please, for all of you who are trying to figure out what we're talking about, please go to Instagram and go to the Fiesta Bowl.
Yeah, WWE's page or the Fiesta Bowl. God bless Nikki Bella. All time good place Hall of Famer. Nikki Bella.
All of it. All right, so Joe has Dom starting and ending the year with the title with a couple of runs in between. Jim, I will give you the men's United States title.
Okay. It's currently on SmackDown, held by Carmelo Hayes.
Melo don't miss.
And he just won it from
Dragon Nuts.
Got it. I feel like your WrestleMania match is Trick Williams versus Carmelo Hayes for the U.S. title.
That probably sounds about right.
I think Trick Williams probably beats him for that title at WrestleMania. We'll carry it a little bit. probably drops it back to Carmelo Hayes at one of those aforementioned post WrestleMania pay-per-views to be named later. And then I assume Dragon Nuts is still going to be around in that picture. So he probably catches one at like SummerSlam or Money in the Bank.
Mm-hmm.
And then come around Night of Champions time, I think we get the guy that carries it through the end of the year. And that would be, oh, why the fuck is his goddamn name slipping me? Hold on. Stand
Holding.
stand by. Doing a
Hold the
journal.
line. Hold the line.
Doing a journalism's here.
Austin Theory.
Montez Ford.
Single star Montez Ford.
Singles star Montez Ford will be your U.S. champion to close out 2026.
I don't hate
like
it.
that.
Because I like the mid card of the women's division so much, I'll take the women's United States title.
Okay.
Current champion is Ulia Gulia.
Gulia.
She defeated Chelsea Green. I think that this is the year where Julia kind of takes that division by storm. So to take it by storm, she has to drop that title to face Jade Cargill in the middle half of the year. We'll get to WrestleMania. There will be a multi-women ladder match of some sort, which will be won by one Jordan Grace. Jordan Grace will win the United States title there. I think she has a couple of really longer feuds with veterans of the upper part of the roster. Your Bianca Belairs, even maybe a Jade Cargill once she drops that belt, probably to Bianca. And I think then we'll get a title change in a very weird way. I'll take the current NXT Women's Champion JC Jane to take the U.S. title off of Jordan Grace. But then I think the U.S. title ends its year around the waist of Alexa Bliss.
Ooh, okay.
So I have Gulia to Grace to Jane to Alexa Bliss as the women's U.S. title. Joe, I will give you the title currently held by Chick Magnet Punk.
Ooh, the world title. Well, I really thought Braun Breaker was going to win it this past week. I feel like the right move is him as the next champion at some point. I don't know when, I don't know where, don't know how, and I don't know. I sort of know why. Yeah, give me Braun as the next champion,
Okay.
and we'll have him have a nice little title reign. Pretty much through the end of the year, but I don't think he makes it out with the belt because I think he goes down to whoever wins the Fall Classic Money in the Bank, which for consistency's sake, I hope is Seth Rollins.
Okay.
Does Seth cash in, or does Seth just challenge him to a match and beat him?
No, cash in.
Okay. Seth ends the year with the belt.
Yeah.
I don't hate that one.
I like that.
Jim, I will give you the title currently held by the American Nightmare.
So he's going to carry the title. Wait.
Because you have the 3 Stages of Hell match this Friday on SmackDown. SmackDown.
He loses it to Drew McIntyre tomorrow.
Okay.
One can hope.
One can hope.
I don't actually hope for that.
But sadly, in a rematch at the Royal Rumble, Cody must pose and wins the title back in Riyadh, the Rowdy Rumble. But then a guy who is getting called up to Monday Night Raw and wins the Rowdy Rumble, Obafemi,
Oh,
sets his sights on Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania and defeats Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania for the WWE Championship. And then this summer, a big man named Brock Lesnar wants to take on Obafemi as part of his retirement tour and loses to Obafemi on his retirement tour. And then at the Summerfest, this guy named Roman Reigns wants a shot at Obafemi. And this guy named Roman Reigns loses to Obafemi at the Summerfest. And then he just keeps knocking him down all year. And then at the end of the year, probably at a Saturday night's main event, because apparently that's what we do in December now, Randy Orton is going to get his shot. And he's also going to lose to Obafemi. Obafemi is your WWE champion at the end of 2026.
Is that too early for him to get the belt?
Probably. And there's almost no chance that it happens, but if I'm holding the book, like here's like the thing is, and I think Braun Breaker said something really smart in an interview I saw, a quote this past week, is like he says it's like ridiculous that the WWE doesn't have any champions under the age of 40. And I think they had a perfect opportunity, even if you were going to have Punk win it back at Rumble. Again, good guys must pose at this show, right? Like have Punk win it back at the Rumble maybe. But Braun should have won on Monday. Kick off the new year, make it exciting. Even if it has to be some weird distraction because the Vision's there. Who gives a fuck? Bad guys cheat, right? Like, make the bad guys bad. Let Braun get a taste of Braun as champion. See how he interacts as champion for 3 weeks.
The only thing that I'm okay with them not doing that is because I feel like WWE booked themselves into a corner with War Games.
That's fair.
Because Roman Reigns made it a point to look at Cody Rhodes and CM Punk and go, I'm coming for one of those. I just don't know which one of them will look better on me.
That's fair. And that's why you give it to Braun now, but Punk gets his rematch and wins it back at the Rumble. I just want to see what it looks like, Braun Breaker as a champion for 3 weeks. How does he react to being a champion? Does he look comfortable? Does he settle in?
I'd almost let him win it at Rumble.
You could do that.
And then have him lose it at the Elimination Chamber.
Yeah, you could do that. Anytime we get a short termer. But in terms of Obafemi, like, you have an opportunity here to, like, do you remember like when Brock came in, had like Summer of Brock and beat The Rock at SummerSlam? And you're like, holy shit. And Randy Orton was at the time the youngest world champion in WWE history. Like, you kind of have your first opportunity, real opportunity to do something like that you haven't been able to do in a long time. The guy's 27.
Oh, yeah.
He's 6'6". He is an absolute monster. And like you're already seeing like on social media, you're seeing the videos of people doing the walk, right? Like you have a chance to actually make a homegrown star that you can have for the next 10 to 15 years. You haven't had this chance on a platter for you in so long. So like is WrestleMania too early? Probably. But if I have the book, if it's not WrestleMania, it's SummerSlam, or he's winning Money in the Bank, and Obafemi is a champion, world champion, when 2026 closes, one way or the other.
I don't disagree with you. The reason why I asked the question, was it too early, was because neither of you mentioned Roman Reigns in the title picture.
I said he loses to Oba at SummerSlam.
Yes, but I'm saying
I don't have him winning it.
No, I'm saying, but there's a real chance that he is the main event against somebody one of the nights of WrestleMania.
Sure, and it's probably Cody. Like when you give me that title, I'm booking it how I would like to see it go, in a give me the pencil, let me do what I want with it.
Correct.
The reality is Roman Reigns is facing, in my opinion, the reality is in 99 days at WrestleMania, Cody Rhodes is facing Roman Reigns. Royal Rumble winner Roman Reigns, or Elimination Chamber winning Roman Reigns.
I feel like Elimination Chamber winner Roman Reigns feels a lot better than Royal Rumble winner.
Yeah.
Because I do think the Rumble is going to be something big. I will take the Raw tag titles, which are currently held by Jimmy and Jay, the Usos. I have the Motor City Machine Guns moving over to Monday Night Raw at some point during this excursion thing that they're doing. So give me the Machine Guns to beat the Usos. I'll then have... They'll lose them back to the Usos, who will inevitably lose them to Finn Balor and JG Wentworth. Because they're still going to be a team when he comes back from injury. And then the last champions of 2026. You know what? I'm going to do it. I'm going to call him up. Give me old Hank and Tank.
Hank and Tank.
Yep, give me old Hank and Tank to be the last tag champs on the red brand. Joe, I will give you the tag titles of the SmackDown brand currently held by the Wyatt Six.
Sure. Well, I know there's no DIY.
Are we sure that he's actually done?
No. I don't think we're sure until it actually like fully happens, but
okay.
I don't know, this title got like moved around a bunch last year, feels like. Who are the current champions?
Dexter Lumis and Joe Gacy of the Wyatts.
Okay, so they're gonna lose. Maybe the Street Profits. I don't know. Let's give everyone on SmackDown a short old tag title reign. Let's do that.
Hell yeah.
Every team gets a month.
So last year in 2025, the titles got moved around a total of 2 times.
That's it?
DIY held them from December 6th of 2024, where they beat the Motor City Machine Guns. They dropped them to the Street Profits on March 14th in Barcelona. And then July 11th, the Wyatts beat the Street Profits and held the titles for the rest of the year.
You know what? Fuck it. The Wyatts are going to hold on to it for the whole year.
All right, that's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see how that one plays out. Have we missed any of the main card titles?
I don't believe so.
The women's tag titles, maybe?
Oh, Jesus, who gives a shit?
Yeah. The only other title that I was going to bring up, because I know nobody really watches NXT, was the AAA mega title currently held by Dom Mysterio.
I mean, I could barely even.
If that title sometime in 2026 does not end up around the waist of Ludwig El Grande Americano
Yeah, like
Kaiser,
that's gotta
fuck
happen.
off.
Like
That's
that's
all.
gotta happen.
That has to happen. He is over like a mofo over there in Mexico.
Yeah.
Um, is there any particular person that you want to predict something that may happen for them in 2026, whether it be Braun Breaker, the Vision, Joe somehow ending up in a relationship with Austin Theory?
Things happen.
Um, uh, with the exception of like Obafemi, who I very much think could be a
Mm-hmm.
world champion somehow. I do think that by year's end, a wrestler under the age of like 30, so be it Carmelo, be it Trick, be it Braun Breaker, um, like one of these young stars, um, will have like a world championship, even if it's a short run. Because I think WWE has to start realizing that the future really is now.
Right.
My formal prediction for anyone we didn't name, Joe mentioned the IC title a lot. I do think there is something that's going to happen with that belt. Dominic Mysterio has gone around for a long time calling himself the greatest Intercontinental Champion of all time, and I think his first real feud back will end up having him drop that title to the returning Chris Jericho.
Okay.
Joe, you got anyone?
For
Just
what
a
was
random
it?
prediction.
Just a random prediction.
Random prediction for 2026 for WWE. I would
I
try.
predict.
I would try to do AEW, but there's 9,000 titles. We'd be here until next Thursday.
Oh, it's got to be related to a title.
No, I'm just saying
Oh,
I would move over to AEW, but we started with
okay.
titles. If I
Yeah,
did
yeah,
titles over there,
yeah.
we'd be here for a month.
I predict that AJ Styles is going to retire next year.
It's a good prediction.
That's a great prediction.
It feels like a safe.
Never saw it coming.
Wait, next year?
No, this year.
Okay, I was going to say that's a really bold prediction for
No,
him to be
yeah.
retiring next year.
No, we're gonna go. We're gonna say this year because that's what he said. Oh, but you know what? Okay, wait. Here's a bold one. I think before he retires, we do get him in a TNA ring one last time.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I like that one. I agree.
I
with
went
it.
a little bit further on 3CT. I said he's going to win the TNA championship at Slammiversary.
I would love that.
That would be badass.
Did you have any idea who he would win it from?
At this rate, Frankie Kazarian.
Yeah.
Well, that show isn't until July, so
Yeah.
I mean, I think Mike Santana gets the belt back before then.
Jeff Harvey. Well, because why not?
Oh, okay.
Little Jeff Harvey act.
Jeff Harvey. All right, that's the 2026 predictions.
Yeah, for me, I mean, I don't know that it's a necessarily long topic, but it's heavily rumored and believed that Chris Jericho is going to be WWE bound.
Le Champion.
Le Champion. Is going to be making a WWE return. And be on a retirement / Hall of Fame tour, to close out his legendary career in WWE. Look, we can all have our feelings about Chris Irvine, the person, but Chris Jericho, the wrestler, has truly been one of the best in our lifetime. He has done it in Mexico, Japan, ECW, WCW, WWE, and AEW, and has been very good for at least most of that. The last couple of years notwithstanding, of course. But first off, do you want a Chris Jericho return to WWE? And if so, what do you want out of that? Like, It could be amount of dates. It could be, do you want to see him win a title? I'll leave the floor open. What if and what do you want out of a Chris Jericho return to WWE?
I'll give the floor to Joseph. I'll let Joseph start this one.
Sure. I guess for me, because it wouldn't be the same thing as like the John Cena retirement tour. It's not. There's not as many greatest hits for Jericho to come out and play. Like the advantage that Cena had was, we all wanted to see that one last match with AJ. We all wanted to see that one last match with Randy. Um, I'd say a lot of the rivalries that Jericho is most known for, most of those wrestlers are either long retired or no longer with us or both. So it's not that. Um, it could be fun to see Jericho out there and have a little feud with Dom Mysterio, uh, especially if they play off of Jericho's history with Dom's dad, Eddie Guerrero. That would be fun. Um, I guess more than anything else, I would want to see a return to the kind of character that Jericho was playing in WWE. Like, I don't know that I necessarily need the list of Jericho again. I feel like every time he's returned to WWE, there's always been a slight change to his character. And that's always exciting to see like what new thing he's gonna bring. But I gotta be honest, my favorite version of Chris Jericho comes out in a suit and tie and is dapper and professional, and certainly the Jericho that we got for the last 6 years in AEW has not been that guy. It's been Rockstar Jericho. It's been uh Demo Guard Jericho and all those other stupid nicknames. So if we can get away from leather jacket spiked baseball bat Jericho, and we can get back into a world of like, Gucci Prada Jericho, and maybe bring the list with you. Um, and hopefully if Kevin Owens is around. It would be nice if Owens is back from injury and could be part of that, because certainly like if there is one name, uh, like if there's a couple of names of guys who are around where like there is history. Owens is the biggest one. AJ Styles is in there too. It's probably mostly just those two though, like in terms of, and Punk, I guess. So like those three guys are the ones where there's the most interest in terms of like the history that's between them for me. Um, I don't know that I'm dying to see Jericho versus Cody. I don't know that I'm dying to see Jericho win, get another title reign or like go out, get in the world title or the IC title or anything like that. I think I'm good on those things. But if we get him back and we get him back into like the WWE kind of character that he's done, and we get like kind of that stuff, I'll be satisfied. And for the sake of a good gimmick, let's have Gunther retire him.
Uh, I don't think we get world title Chris Jericho back. I do think I could see him winning the Intercontinental title in a feud with Dom Mysterio. I could see him having a match maybe against Cody. Um, but I also could see him, Randy Orton, CM Punk, some of the aging stars, and then also having a potential match against some of the other teams, or the guys that are around the bend age wise. Um, at the end of the day, I could see maybe he takes somebody under his wing and does like a tag thing with someone. Maybe an Austin Theory. Maybe he teams up with a Logan Paul. Something like that. I think that could be fun. Um, but I don't necessarily know that I think that there's anything like. I don't think there's a world title run coming for him. I don't think there's a big thing. I think he feuds with a couple of the mid carders. I think they use him to help get guys like Javon Evans and your call ups from NXT, your Trick Williams, your Carmelo Hayes, guys like that. I think that's more what I think with Jericho. I won't be upset either way. I think I'm looking forward to if it actually happens. But yeah, I'm not necessarily out on a whole Jericho run, but I do agree it can't be spikes and a leather jacket and the baseball
No,
bat and all
yeah.
that. I do want him to come out to Judas because I think that's just synonymous to who he is now. So I'm okay if he comes out to Judas, but he can also come out to Judas with not a spiked leather jacket on.
I think
I
it'd be
don't.
cool to get like the countdown,
Yeah,
like the start of like the old break the walls down
Yes.
theme, and then like at like kind of like the scream or that pitch, it changes into Judas. I think that would be cool.
that would be
Um,
cool. And like, I think you're gonna have something that at least acknowledges his old WWE entrance music and all that. If not, just full on that.
but yeah, I
I,
want.
I I think there will be different. I don't think it'll be the whole break the walls down anymore, but I would like to see something, but I'm not holding my breath.
Yeah. For me, I mean, I was a huge Chris Jericho fan. I thought it was cool that he went to AEW, and it made sense that he was the first champion over there. I got soured on Chris Jericho the last couple of years because he just jokingly referred to him as the bloated corpse of Chris Jericho, because there just came a point where it looked like he didn't care
Mm-hmm.
about himself in the ring. And whenever you've heard Chris Jericho talk about wrestling, that was kind of a sad reality for him to seem like he didn't care about wrestling, because Jericho was always prideful about what he did in the ring. Now it looks like, whether it's Ozempic or some other substance, he seems to be in tremendous shape. So I hope that we get a good Chris Jericho run. It should be a part-time run. There's no reason for Chris Jericho to wrestle every week on Monday Night Raw. Now, March 30th, I think it is, in the Garden.
Correct.
Yeah, Chris Jericho should be wrestling March 30th at the Garden. Do some bigger Monday Night Raws, do some pay-per-views. Again, doesn't have to be every one, but you know, and for me, I don't think he doesn't have to win a world title. If you can find a way to make it make sense, make it make sense. But what I'd like to see is Chris Jericho with like the Intercontinental title, like the title that he's been arguably the best Intercontinental champion of
Mm-hmm.
all time. Give me Chris Jericho with an Intercontinental title run. That's fun. Give me a couple of his old favorites, CM Punk, and if Kevin Owens can get healthy. But also, and it's a shame that this guy's retiring, but Dango. It's a shame that Dango's out of the business,
Yeah,
because that would have been a really fun callback.
that would have.
But also give me Chris Jericho versus Braun Breaker. He has history with the Steiners.
Mm-hmm.
Give me Braun Breaker versus Seth Rollins or Sami Zayn. Give me Braun Breaker, or give me Chris Jericho versus Trick Williams or Carmelo Hayes. Like, let's not be afraid. Definitely Dominic Mysterio, especially with Jericho's history with the the
Eddie
cruiserweight division and Eddie and all of that.
and Ray and all of them. Yeah.
Jericho versus AJ. You can look at two guys on a retirement run. So, like, play the hits, but also you have an opportunity to do some fun stuff and actually give a rub to some of these younger guys for sure. But it just be entertaining with it too. Just like make it fun, make it Y2J, Chris Jericho, a WWE sports entertainment product, and I'll be happy.
I can't wait for the second annual Festival of Friends.
Oh, I love it.
20 years later.
Absolutely love it.
They'll call it the second annual like it happened last year.
Yep, absolutely. Give me the Geritron 3000 or whatever in the ring.
Like that, and like that's the thing. Like, I don't need the Painmaker. I don't need Le Champion. I don't need a little bit of the bubbly. I need Break the Walls Down, Code Breaker. The fun. You don't have to bring the list back, but every once in a while, if you want to make a callback to it, I'm cool with it. Like, it ain't got to be a every week thing. You ain't got to put somebody on the list every week.
You just made the list.
But I would laugh hysterically if they did it.
Yeah.
I think that's the thing you got to think about. That being said, I'm intrigued to see what happens. Where do you think he makes his return? Is it in Saudi Arabia? Is it at Rumble?
At this point, I think it is.
Yeah, I really thought there was a good chance we would get him in Brooklyn.
That's why I watched, really, between that and the Stranger Things crossover.
Right. Oh, dude. Well, total side tangent. I wish every episode of Raw was like some special theme to some Netflix show just to get the cool set design. Because like the all black ring and the different stage, like that was cool. And I know that we're about to get 51 weeks of Raw that's gonna look monotoned and nothing like that now. But it'd be cool if we got a couple of like next time Is It Cake drops. Like, let's get into Is It Cake Night.
I can't wait for the Love Island stage to get built. Fucking can't wait.
I'm here for it. Love on the Spectrum. That's gonna be a fun one.
Jesus. I can't wait for the wasn't there like a Dahmer documentary on Netflix?
Oh my god, yes.
I can't wait for Dahmer night on Monday Night Raw. That's gonna be a real hit with the kids. Hey neighbor, come over and watch Monday Night Raw.
Oh my god.
Oh god.
Remember when Al Snow served Peppy to the Big Show?
You mean Pepper?
Pepper, yeah.
That one.
Yeah. Good lord.
Pepe was the mop that Saturn.
Oh, that's right.
Oh no, I'm sorry. That was Moppy. Pepe was the
horse.
The horse.
Yeah, Chavo's horse.
Chavo's horse.
Oh god.
God, we are a fucking useless knowledge group of fucking wrestling nerds here.
I can't remember. Do we actually do Wrestlers of the Week now?
We do.
Okay. I couldn't remember if we started it off right away or not.
Yeah, we did.
Okay.
Let me open up the spreadsheet so we can get to that.
Let's do it.
All right. Joe, do you have anyone?
Well, I've watched 2 matches so far this year. Give me the new women's tag team champions, Rhea and the other one.
Io.
There you go.
That one.
Rio. Jim?
I guess give me new women's US champion, Gulia.
Julia. Oh god, I got hiccups. I'm gonna go with the new IWGP world champion. Give me Yota Tsuji.
Huge Suge.
Big Suge.
Joe?
Give me the winner of the other match I've seen so far this year, the new IC champion, Becky Lynch.
Oh.
Hey, she won.
She did. You're right. She did.
Oh.
Give me new NXT Women's North American Champion, Izzy Dame.
I do think that Blake Monroe still hurt.
I think so too.
I think that's why they did what they did. All right, let me go to. You know what? I know what happened because I shared it with you all, and because he then vacated the NXT Championship. Give me the man who retained his title in the main event of New Year's Evil. Give me Oba Femi. So, all right,
So I
that's wrestlers
want
of the
to
week.
give my wife the most mediocre dicking of the week. She sees that when she sees that strut, she knows what's up.
You play Gunther's music in the background for that, or
Yeah, that is the weird twist to it.
da,
Gunther's
da,
music with
na,
the
na,
Opa strut.
na, 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 na.
But like every third week, you hit her with the Alex Wright, right?
Oh, naturally.
Okay.
Das Wunderkind.
Das Wunderkind.
Um,
I think that's a perfect way to end this show.
yeah, 100%. Joe.
Check out the Joe Movie Podcast. We should have a new episode up like in the next day or so with our top 10 movies from 2025. So
Number one.
for me was Begonia, which is currently streaming on Peacock if you haven't seen it.
God
And
bless you.
my number two was Marty Supreme, which I know Jim has seen.
Dude, so good. That
Great
movie was
movie.
so good. I've seen something in the I've been to the movie theater 3 times in the last week. Stranger Things finale, Marty Supreme, and Zootopia 2. All great stuff. But yeah, absolutely go see Marty Supreme.
Yeah,
Very,
I
very-
can't say it better myself.
Yeah, I didn't know that, like, I mean, granted, it wasn't anything graphic. I didn't know that there was like a few like sexy time scenes.
Sure.
So a little weird. Saw it with my mom. So that was a little awkward, but you know, it is what it is. Very good movie. Definitely go see it.
Shout out to Timothy Chalamet's very nice ass, because that was his ass. He refused to have a stunt double ass.
He does have a very nice ass. I'll give him that.
It was a good ass. I was excited.
I didn't know that was actually his. But
Yep.
yeah,
he was insulted at the thought of them using a stunt double. So
There you
that
go.
is.
I
those are
love
his
Timothy
cheeks.
Chalamet. I'll see anything that dude is in. He's so good.
Dude, it's crazy. We were just talking about this actually when we recorded the podcast yesterday. It's crazy to think that he's not even like 30 years old yet.
That's wild. Like I have my like collector bucket.
Yeah, no, and that's the thing. Like he has done so many great roles already, and we haven't even seen like half of what he's gonna do. Probably.
Yeah, it's insane. He's so good.
Yeah, absolutely.
So yeah, go listen to the Joe Movie Podcast.
Yeah, Jim.
Yeah, at Big Jim Sports on Twitter, Blue Sky. Hit the link tree there. Huddle Up Podcast. We're in our final month of the weekly season.
Go Bills.
As we get down here towards the end of the football year. So check us out there. We have content hitting all of our social channels every day. 3 Count Thursday, same thing. We were back live this week. We have our Tuesday show coming out, of course, on Tuesday. We have shorts and videos hitting the feeds every day. And Discussions with a Nobody. 435 days between episodes, but I did drop a new one this past week. So hit the link tree in my social media at Big Jim Sports on the socials there. And that is where you'll be able to find everything I do podcast wise.
Programming note for fans at home: watch Monday Night Raw at 2:00 for like the next month.
Oh, that's right.
They're all
Europe.
over in the Europes. So make sure you guys are tuning in at 2:00 for Monday Night Raw as we lead into the Royal Rumble, because they do not have another show in North America till after the Royal Rumble.
That's insane.
So check that out. You can follow the show at Take the Number 3 Wrestling. You can follow me at They Call Me Burn. You can hear me talk about some sports stuff over on the Huddle Up page with the 5 burning questions, which we'll talk NFL preview for the playoffs this weekend. You'll hear that. You'll hear me talk potentially, is it Drake May MVP, or is it John Matthew Stafford? We'll talk about that inside the burning questions. Until then, for Jim and Joe, I'm Mike. We appreciate you guys as always hanging out with us. We'll see you next week right here on the Take 3 Wrestling Podcast.